East Point, Georgia, on January 2nd, 2023, at approximately 10:35 a.m., the Georgia State Patrol Crime Suppression Unit, working in coordination with the East Point Police Department, began pursuing 19-year-old Matthew Gaskins, who was driving a stolen Jeep Grand Cherokee and was wanted on multiple felony warrants from several agencies across the Atlanta area.
Bin Hill Road. We're westbound on Bin Hill, headed for Dawn.
10-4, Bin Hill, 84 calling.
When officers moved in, Gaskins immediately accelerated, fleeing down Washington Road and even plowing through the backyard of a home in a desperate attempt to escape. Troopers performed a series of pit maneuvers to stop him, but Gaskins continued to fight back, ramming other vehicles and forcing his way back onto the main road. The pursuit ended moments later in the parking lot at 3100 Washington Road, where a precise pit maneuver sent the Jeep spinning into a utility pole, bringing it to a complete stop.
Still going Washington Road.
Still going Washington Road.
Alright, we're a lot of contact.
Officers quickly moved in and arrested Gaskins, ending a dangerous chase that could have turned tragic in seconds. The suspect now faces multiple felony charges, including auto theft, fleeing and eluding police, reckless driving, and property damage. Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, morning of May 19th, 2025. At approximately 7:56 in the morning, a Fond du Lac County deputy sheriff observed a vehicle that had previously been involved in a pursuit in Grand Chute traveling on Interstate 41 with an equipment violation. When the deputy activated the emergency lights, the 27-year-old male driver from Menasha immediately accelerated and refused to stop.
Copy, turning on Schaefer.
I'm waiting to get vehicle description or plates. They're advising this vehicle. 85 copy. 151 from 41. They are requesting stop sticks if vehicle is located.
7-7, we're going to be taking 11. Northbound direction, we're going to continue. Northbound countywide.
Northbound on Lincoln Highway Wide.
7-7, pushing up ahead if I have the opportunity at full speeds.
Drive in Monmouth County. To westbound, we're going up to the curves on T. Just going over the river. Passing Michael's Drive, still eastbound. Speeds at 80. Southbound Y, field stick, southbound Y. In the ditch, trying to get back up on the roadway. On the roadway again, southbound.
22, we're continuing. We're gonna be eastbound on T.
Six two, you hit me for 43. And it looked like there was 3 occupants, one in the back seat as well, hands up.
Yeah, he continued east, took the ditch around the fence. Notify the airport, make sure they're holding all air traffic.
Ribbon Med 2 for Fond du Lac County Dispatch on County Fire.
Go for Med 2.
Winnebago County advises that they do not have any first responders responding. They would like to know if you want them to page to the next nearest first responder to...
One way. I'm just dead. Unsuccessful.
From Fond du Lac and point to point, Winnebago from Fond du Lac, point to...
Rolling Meadows. My Lakeland clear.
Page to the next.
Northbound Rolling Meadows, come up to Johnson.
As the vehicle attempted to merge back onto Interstate 41, deputies executed a precise precision immobilization technique, causing the car to spin out, crash into the median barrier, and come to a complete stop. Patrol units quickly surrounded the vehicle from all directions and took the suspects into custody.
41. 1050. He went down into the call to start the gore on the off ramp or on ramp at 41. Someone stay on Rolling Meadows. 1050.
3 individuals were arrested at the scene. The subsequent investigation revealed that the group had discussed shooting at law enforcement officers in an attempt to escape. A loaded handgun was later recovered from a backpack that had been thrown into a nearby swamp near the end of the pursuit. All 3 suspects now face multiple felony charges for their roles in the high-speed pursuit and the attempted assault on law enforcement officers.
Both spots.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a dramatic police pursuit erupted when officers spotted a black sedan bearing license plate KSU 5215, identified as being connected to a series of organized retail thefts in the area, traveling along Bayshore Drive. When law enforcement signaled for the vehicle to stop, the driver, a black male wearing a white shirt, immediately accelerated, sped through a bank parking lot, crashed into several patrol vehicles, and drove the wrong way through a busy intersection, throwing the entire area into chaos. What began as a routine stop quickly escalated into a high-risk chase through the heart of Milwaukee.
768 on behind me. We're going to be exiting on the Bayshore Drive. ASU 5215 going through the Washington parking structure. Male black driver with the white wife beater. He's got a flat tire going around past Chubby's Cheesesteak. Speeds are 20. They're going to have to hop the curb to get out here. 768, hop the curb, going eastbound through the lot. We're going to go past First Citizens Bank. We're in pursuit. We're going to come out past, still in the bank lot, still in the bank.
Just hit both squads. Hands! Shoot! Hands! Hands! Hit my squad. Hands!
I'm behind him. We're going to be exiting on the Bayshore Drive. ASU 5215 going through the Washington parking structure. Male black.
Okay, we are northbound on Bayshore Drive, passing Ulta. Again, ASU 5215. Wanted for retail theft. Speeds are 40. There's no traffic. There's no pedestrians. Still northbound, passing Rotunda.
District multiple squads with
1050 airbag deployment by Zooey's. 1050 airbag deployment. Someone check on that car. It's a black sedan. It's going to go southbound on Fort in the wrong lanes of travel. Southbound in the wrong lanes of travel.
Stop 6 at the old parking.
Continuing southbound, coming up to back in the wrong lanes of traffic here. Coming up to a green light. Continuing southbound, can I pit if I have a chance?
Affirmative. 768 will take over comm. Southbound on Fort Washington, passing with Keith South. Speeds are 40, lining up for a pit.
Still southbound.
Southbound and northbound lanes, passing Mars. There's traffic here. Roads are clear and dry.
As the situation grew increasingly dangerous, officers decided to perform a precision immobilization technique, but the sedan continued to flee. When the suspect accelerated toward Fort Washington Road, pursuing units seized the opportunity to execute a precise pit maneuver, causing the vehicle to spin out, slam into a concrete barrier, and deploy its airbags.
24 seconds.
Show me your hands! We got one running southbound. Stop!
The driver jumped out of the car and attempted to flee on foot, but was quickly apprehended in the middle of the roadway. According to the police report, the suspect was wanted for multiple organized retail thefts and is now facing numerous felony charges, including theft, endangering public safety, destruction of government property, and fleeing and eluding law enforcement, bringing a tense and dangerous pursuit to an end in the streets of Milwaukee.
What the?
Mechanipe, Florida. On April 1st, 2021, a high-speed pursuit erupted when Matthew Martin Richardson, 33, driving a yellow Chevy Suburban, ran a stop sign at the intersection of I-75 and County Road 234 and began traveling in the wrong lane. When Deputy Sean McGuigan activated his emergency lights, Richardson accelerated, threw a beer can out the window, and reached speeds of over 100 miles per hour through a construction zone, at one point even flipping off the deputy in a reckless display of defiance in broad daylight.
17,000 Southeast County Road 234, 28, Hotel Golf X-Ray. Florida 10, Chevy, signal 1, signal 2, just threw a beer out the window, wrong lane of traffic. Once he drops down to 45, I'm going to pit him. We're heading towards 441. We're coming up to 441 now. He's in the wrong lane of traffic. Through the median. Coming up to the pole. The highway patrol is directly in front of me if you can let them know. We're at 70. miles an hour. Heading toward Marion County, he's flipping me off.
Can we notify Marion? 1031, let's take a one game.
We're at 30, I'm pitting. Pit failed. Back up to 80. Pit failed, SHP's coming back up on me. Speed 70 miles an hour. Traffic light, roads somewhat wet.
We're sure we're blocked now. We're coming up to 326.
He ran me. He's running back northbound.
Officers executed the first pit maneuver, spinning the Suburban. But Richardson regained control and continued fleeing, even intentionally ramming a patrol car while trying to turn around in the opposite direction.
In the northbound lane, that is correct. If they could get over here with it, I'll make a mutual aid request in Marion County for that area unit. Alright, we're coming through the intersection, and I'm just trying to make another loop to go ahead towards Center. There's the pit there, we're coming through. Okay, I'll go up to 441. Thanks, southbound, 48.
They'll ram those cars. Yes. He's on the inside lane now. Back on the outside lane. That's right.
The chase continued onto US 441, where Deputy Jasper Stevenson performed a second, precise pit maneuver, forcing the Suburban to spin sideways and come to a complete stop. Richardson was arrested at the scene. Investigators later confirmed he was on probation for DUI and fleeing law enforcement at the time, and was also driving with a revoked license.
Music this hour, sponsored.
Riviera Beach, Florida. Morning of December 17th, 2023. Around 10 a.m., a Florida Highway Patrol trooper spotted a light gray Dodge Charger with an aftermarket exhaust system revving loudly and speeding recklessly along West Blue Heron Boulevard. When the trooper approached, the vehicle ran a red light at North Jog Road, nearly causing a serious collision, before driving in the opposite direction at speeds exceeding 140 miles per hour.
Charlie Papa Yankee.
After several tense minutes, troopers performed a precision immobilization technique maneuver, forcing the Charger off the roadway and into nearby bushes, where it finally came to a stop. Davis jumped out of the vehicle and fled on foot through several residential yards, even climbing a 6-foot wooden fence in a desperate attempt to escape. He was eventually found hiding in a bush by Officer Sanchez of the Palm Beach Gardens Police Department and taken into custody without further incident. Jalen Camaria Davis now faces multiple felony charges, including fleeing and eluding law enforcement, reckless driving, hit and run, driving while license suspended, and burglary of private property. Crittenden County, Arkansas, September 18, 2025. At approximately 12:14 a.m., Tennessee State Police alerted Arkansas authorities about a stolen black GMC Sierra driven by 37-year-old Justice Sisko, speeding at over 90 miles per hour on Interstate 40. When officers attempted to block him near mile marker 281, Sisko recklessly blew past the stop signs, forced other drivers off the road, and turned back toward Tennessee. A desperate and dangerous escape that showed total disregard for human life.
Back here.
Troopers attempted several pit maneuvers, but each failed as Cisco swerved sharply, slammed on his brakes, and repeatedly cut in front of patrol vehicles. After multiple tense minutes, officers finally executed a successful pit maneuver, causing the Sierra to lose control, veer off the roadway, smash into a guardrail, and roll several times before coming to rest in a wooded area. Cisco fled on foot. Cisco was transported for medical treatment before being charged with a list of serious offenses, including felony fleeing, driving under the influence, theft of property over $25,000, criminal mischief, public intoxication, littering, and speeding. Palm Beach County, Florida, on August 18, 2023. Florida Highway Patrol received reports of an armed carjacking suspect being pursued along the Florida Turnpike. When a white Kia Optima driven by Leas MacArthur Corker Jr. sped past the Lake Worth Service Plaza, 3 troopers joined the chase. The suspect weaved through traffic, crossed lanes, and even drove on the shoulder, turning the highway into a chaotic racetrack.
Smoking, I think it's tired. We have a unit bounty, signal 4. He's getting off at Southern Boulevard. Southern Boulevard. You guys take the beat. I'm going to say number 2. Continuing northbound past Southern Boulevard. Northbound speeds 88.
I need a charge.
One patrol unit moved in to perform a pit maneuver, but the suspect suddenly slammed on the brakes, causing one pursuing vehicle to sustain damage. The chase continued at high speed until mile marker 106, where a second pit maneuver was executed flawlessly, sending the Kia spinning out of control and coming to a complete stop. Officers immediately swarmed the scene, pulling Corker from the vehicle and taking him into custody without further resistance.
You just made a U-turn back on God.
Can you advise, is the helicopter still 10-12?
On the ground, we have officers.
Corker now faces multiple serious charges, including reckless driving causing property damage, fleeing and eluding law enforcement resulting in injury or damage, and driving with a permanently revoked license. Santa Rosa County, Florida, February 6, 2024. At approximately 4:20 p.m., deputies spotted a stolen Dodge Ram driven by Andrew Madiak, 33, speeding northbound on State Road 87. When officers attempted a traffic stop, Madiak not only refused to comply but swerved directly toward a deputy, nearly striking him before accelerating away at high speed. The truck barreled down the highway, crossing lanes, driving into oncoming traffic, and ignoring every traffic signal. To prevent a potential tragedy, Florida Highway Patrol units joined the pursuit. Every passing second became a deadly gamble between law enforcement and a man with nothing left to lose.
I'm slowing speed. I'm still going eastbound on the westbound shoulder. I'm slowing speed into traffic.
Slow it down due to traffic. And for vehicles 90 miles an hour on the shoulder.
I'll probably use the all around people like that coming
Well, he's right on the shoulder. He's down in westbound on the northbound shoulder. You get it kind of parking up there requesting a trooper, the Silver Subaru, and
Can we get somebody up to the 45 to stop traffic on westbound?
or 1412.
I'll take care of it.
Sounds duty 31412 is going to try to stop traffic.
26. I'm not going to try to bid them. We got oncoming traffic that's going to cause more accident than anything.
back eastbound. Just come through. Just come through.
I'm going eastbound.
You come through the median, go back eastbound.
After several failed attempts, a precise pit maneuver finally spun the Dodge Ram sideways, forcing it to a stop along Interstate 10. Matyak immediately jumped out and ran on foot, but within moments officers caught up and tackled him to the ground. The suspect was taken into custody without further incident and is currently being held without bond. He faces a long list of serious charges, including aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, resisting arrest with violence, reckless driving, grand theft auto, and possession of stolen property. Zellwood, Florida, afternoon of April 10th, 2025. At approximately 3:33 p.m., officers observed a white Genesis G70 driven by Sidney Paul Hayes, 35, traveling on United States Highway 441 with a tinted front windshield. When signaled to stop, Hayes initially pulled into the Circle K gas station, but just seconds later, he suddenly accelerated away, speeding into a residential area at an extremely high rate. What began as a simple traffic stop quickly turned into a dangerous high-speed chase through quiet streets. The vehicle weaved recklessly through traffic, drove in the wrong lane, ran multiple stop signs, and reached over 90 miles per hour in a 35-mile-per-hour zone, even striking 4 mailboxes along West Ponkin Road. Recognizing the immediate danger to the public, officers executed a precise precision immobilization technique, pit maneuver. spinning the Genesis sideways until it came to a stop on the grassy median.
He's spotting OBT Wilkins.
The driver stepped out of the vehicle with his hands up, but moments earlier, he had thrown a brown backpack into the roadway. When officers retrieved and searched it, they found several large bags of marijuana, cocaine powder, a digital scale, small plastic baggies, and nearly $2,900 in cash. Hayes was taken into custody on the scene and transported to the Orange County Jail, where he faces multiple felony charges, including fleeing and eluding with disregard for public safety, leaving the scene of property damage, trafficking cocaine and marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, and tampering with evidence. Netherlands, late night patrol. During a late-night patrol, police spotted a white Volkswagen Beetle acting suspiciously and ignoring a stop signal before accelerating away. The driver, dressed in black with a hooded sweatshirt, recklessly weaved through narrow streets such as Heijenrederstraat and Roderlandbaan, sped through roundabouts, and raced dangerously close to the German border in an attempt to escape. Within minutes, the quiet residential area turned into a maze of high-speed chaos, where a single mistake could have ended in disaster.
Ja, ik kan het voor de kerk van onze kennis van de volgende boek naar jouw grens hebben. Ja, precies. Doorgaan of linksaf? Ja, ik zie je links afgaan, dan gaat het zwaar de grens over.
Ja, dan wil ik dat hij de Duitsers in kennis stelt. Rotonde.
Richting de rotonde, dus richting de rode landbaan voor de 22 rechts.
Ja, rotonde linksaf rijden over de rode landbaan.
Vanuit rode landbaan inderdaad op richting 7. Zeven de rotonde links en dan achteruit.
Hij doet iedere keer alsof hij uitstapt, doet hij dus niet. Nee. Ja, rijden nog over de rode landbaan.
Ja, we zitten voor de 21 alleen. Mag u de afslag pakken die je nu neemt, de Dempchen-Bachweg oprijden ook richting de rode landbaan. Ja, simulator.
Maar ze gaan niet rennen, dus kennelijk willen ze...
Nu komt u bij de 21 alleen en anders voor de 2207 rechtdoor op de Zonstraat. Wisselen met de 21 alleen. Over! Zeg maar. Oké, wat is het?
Kijk die dan. Ja, die moet daar wel lekker band. Links voor het band, lek, links voor het lek. Gaat niet meer lang doen.
Ik heb 07 terug de Nassaustraat op als het kan, richting de Erosijnstraat alsjeblieft. Ja, kom op, zeg maar streden. Kijk het wel op, ja. Bij statie 4 auto's in onze straat, dat staat aan het aan. Je hebt de Prinses Beatrixstraat laatste locatie. ...2207 kunt u weer bewegen richting de Zonstraat alsjeblieft dan.
Oh, dat gaan we linksaf de Ehrensteinerstraat op.
Komt u de 2101 moeten doen?
Die weet dat ik moet wel brengen.
Dan moet ik hier naar positie af.
Zonstraat. Moeten we een ingreep doen, man. Rijden over de Zonstraat. Dan gaat het terug, gaan we terug. Zonstraat.
When the front left, tire deflated. The Beetle began to wobble. Seizing the moment, patrol units approached from both directions and executed a precise pit maneuver, forcing the vehicle to lose control and come to a complete stop in the middle of the road.
Collega's van de regio, we moeten kijken of een klem. Ja. Ja, ga maar.
The driver was immediately restrained, bringing an end to the reckless pursuit that had thrown the entire neighborhood into turmoil. The suspect now faces multiple serious criminal charges, including reckless driving, fleeing law enforcement, and endangering public safety. DeLand, Florida, July 22, 2024. While patrolling along Interstate 4, Trooper Brandon Cano observed a black sedan driven by Patrick Brian Gordon traveling at 90 miles per hour in a 70 mile per hour zone. When signaled to stop, Gordon initially pulled over to the shoulder, but moments later, he and his passenger switched seats inside the vehicle. When asked to provide identification, the man claimed he did not have any, then suddenly jumped back into the driver's seat and sped away. The sedan accelerated to over 135 miles per hour, weaving through lanes, driving on the shoulder, and nearly causing multiple collisions. What began as a simple speeding stop quickly turned the stretch of Interstate 4 into a battleground of recklessness and desperation.
Just advise if you're on the main line for 123.
We're passing the 122 outside lane, 135 miles per hour.
Just in case, like last night, I went over to 286, so I can be on the dashboard.
That's why the sergeant advises you're going to say that it can be 70 miles per hour or less for safety reasons.
Just pass the brown, take over the radio.
That's why can you advise current mile markers?
We're at the 121, 135, but I got a trooper behind me. I think it's 1546. You can go ahead and do the radio. Like, come straight and follow.
We're going to be going 140, an outside lane, pretty much traffic on the shoulder.
That's why outside lane moderate traffic. That's why he's been keying up on a child 123 is fluid. Support says 118 Bravo. Do you have direction of travel?
We're going to be there right now, 144.
As the vehicle approached the intersection of State Road 44 and Wade Avenue, the suspect slowed down, the perfect opening for officers to execute a precise precision immobilization technique. The sedan spun sideways, veered off the road, and crashed into a steel fence. Gordon immediately jumped out, ran on foot through the fence line, and fled into a wooded area.
1546 in your live current 1020.
Going to be on 34.
However, with assistance from federal agents, local police, and Air One helicopter, a full perimeter was established. Gordon was located and arrested at a residence on Pecan Street in D-Land. Investigators later confirmed that Gordon had 31 prior criminal charges, 11 felony convictions, and multiple active warrants, including for fleeing and eluding law enforcement and trafficking heroin. Inside his backpack, officers discovered cocaine, fentanyl, and 9 hollow-point bullets, ending yet another high-speed chase with the cold clink of handcuffs and the weight of justice catching up. Orlando, Florida, August 10th, 2025. While on patrol, officers encountered a street takeover in progress near South Park Circle. Several vehicles sped off at high speed, including a gray Acura driven by Michael Sanchez. As police activated their emergency lights and entered the parking lot, multiple cars fled, nearly crashing into patrol units. Sanchez accelerated across a median, drove against traffic, and narrowly avoided several head-on collisions before continuing onto John Young Parkway, turning off his headlights and running multiple red lights in a reckless bid to escape. His wild actions nearly turned the night into tragedy.
Waking up to John Young. Tag 88 Charles, 8 IU, 88 Charles, 8 IU.
The pursuit finally ended when officers executed a precise pit maneuver, spinning the Acura sideways and forcing it to a complete stop along the roadside.
You both those hands off the door! Yeah, you're the one running. Both hands! Both hands! Let's see your hands! Don't tell us to chill!
Sanchez was taken into custody immediately. He later told police he panicked and followed the other drivers without realizing the consequences of his actions. Sanchez now faces multiple serious charges, including fleeing and eluding police, reckless driving, and endangering public safety.
State 285. Pit, 943's pit.
Atlanta, Georgia, June 9th, 2021. Georgia State Patrol received a BOLO alert for Terrell Gas, a murder suspect believed to be fleeing in a black Dodge Dart. When troopers spotted the vehicle on Godby Road, Gas immediately accelerated, racing through Old National Parkway before merging onto Interstate 285 at dangerously high speeds. He drove against traffic, forced multiple vehicles to swerve, and nearly struck a pedestrian. A reckless act that turned the highway into a life-or-death battleground.
We are 285.
As soon as the Dodge merged onto the interstate, officers executed a precise pit maneuver, spinning the car out of control and sending it off the roadway, where it flipped down an embankment.
285. Pit, 943's pit. 1050, he's still moving, he's still rolling.
Here, pit, we go roll.
943, coming at you. Get on the ground, now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Do not shoot! Do not shoot! Got a gun! Get on the fucking ground! Shut it up! Get out! He's coming up the hill! I got him! Down!
Gas jumped out and fled up the slope, fighting violently as troopers closed in. During the struggle, he pulled a firearm and aimed it at the officers, forcing them to open fire to subdue him. Terrell Gas was taken into custody shortly afterward and now faces multiple serious charges, including attempted murder of law enforcement officers, aggravated assault, fleeing and eluding, and reckless endangerment. Florida. A Florida Highway Patrol trooper attempted to stop a silver Toyota on Interstate 4 for illegal window tint. But as soon as the vehicle pulled to the shoulder, the driver suddenly accelerated and fled. The car drove into oncoming traffic, ran red lights, swerved across lanes, and reached speeds of over 90 miles per hour through the residential streets of Winter Park, leaving bystanders frozen in disbelief as it tore through the neighborhood like a runaway missile.
45 to 28 is 29 Charlie, Echo, Quebec, India.
45 miles per hour. Back to deport for next over to Euro, detail time 52836, switch shift with Jonathan Williams. What's your current 1020?
Approach to 1792.
So 40.
35.
10 for Golden Area.
what's your 1020?
We're going south on Green.
10-4 south on Green.
Speed is currently 50, no traffic.
What's your 1020?
Going southbound Lake Launch Street.
10-4, what's your speed?
35, 45 direction. Past the water, we're on Lake Montana.
10-4 vehicles, full whiskey again.
Self-corrected.
10-4 full correct.
Passing Goodrich.
10-4 passing Goodrich.
So we're going eastbound.
10-4 approaching Louisville.
That's Edinburgh, speed is 65, traffic medium.
10-4 passing Edinburgh, speed is 65.
The pursuit came to an end when troopers executed a precise pit maneuver, forcing the Toyota to stop in the parking lot of Advent Health Clinic. Both suspects jumped out and ran. Jonathan Adrian Reyes, 19, was captured moments later, while his accomplice managed to escape. A search of the vehicle revealed 2 loaded firearms, approximately 450 grams of marijuana, a small quantity of crack cocaine, an unknown blue powdery substance, and drug packaging materials.
10-4, Signal 14 to all units responding to currently 12 whiskey.
Self-correct, I got 2 units.
10-4 self-corrected, what's your current 10-20? 10-4 self-corrected, what's your current 10-20?
30 times, I'm going to block it in.
10-4, approaching 436, I'm going to block it in.
You answer the Advent Health Clinic?
10-4 Advent Health Clinic.
Reyes was booked into the Orange County Jail, facing charges of fleeing and eluding law enforcement, possession and trafficking of controlled substances, providing false documentation, and driving with a suspended license. St. Lucie County, Florida, on June 20th, 2024. A trooper with the Florida Highway Patrol's Criminal Interdiction Unit, CIU, spotted a white Mercedes with dark-tinted windows traveling along the Florida Turnpike. A records check revealed the registered owner, Derek Danavon Taylor Jr., had a suspended driver's license and a revoked registration. William Wade Woods was identified as the passenger. When the trooper attempted a traffic stop, the Mercedes suddenly accelerated, weaving onto the shoulder, running red lights, and attempting an illegal U-turn on Interstate 95, narrowly avoiding several serious collisions. What began as a simple traffic stop instantly escalated into a dangerous high-speed chase. As the suspect tried to change direction on I-95, troopers moved in and executed the first pit maneuver to stop the vehicle. But the driver refused to surrender and sped off again. A few miles later, officers attempted a second pit, causing the Mercedes to fishtail and nearly lose control. Taylor managed to recover and continued fleeing at high speed, escalating the risk to everyone on the road. After several failed attempts, troopers finally landed a precise pit maneuver, sending the Mercedes spinning off the highway and down the embankment, where it came to a complete stop.
Pit. Don't move! Hands! Don't move! Hands! Don't move! Don't move! Do not move! I'm taking your drive for cover. I got you. Come back here. Driver, get the out of the car. I'm coming your side. Hands up. I got your side. Hands up. Turn around. Walk back towards me. Walk back towards me. Walk back towards me. Towards the sound of my voice. Get on your knees. On your knees.
Officers immediately converged, ordering both occupants out of the car and taking them into custody without further incident. A search of the vehicle uncovered cocaine, oxycodone, MDMA, marijuana, and drug use paraphernalia. Both men were arrested and now face multiple charges, including reckless driving, fleeing and eluding, causing property damage, and possession of controlled substances.
Road and Waterside.
Hardin County, Kentucky, evening of July 29th, 2024. At approximately 7:36 p.m., a Kentucky State Police trooper observed a brown Ford Explorer driven by Brad Elliott Bain, 37, traveling 69 miles per hour in a 55-mile-per-hour zone along Raineyville Road. When the trooper turned around to initiate a stop, Bain accelerated to over 90 miles per hour, sparking a dangerous high-speed pursuit.
Blew the stop sign on Patriot, turn left.
Hold on, detail, contact rack.
Permission to hit if he slows down like that again.
That's it,
Patriot, Neckard School Road, speeds 82, light traffic.
75 each time. I'm going to stand by at 313 and Patriot. I'm not going to have time to get kicked out. Take the intersection. Each time I'm like I'm on call it. With the stop sign turning left on South Wilson, parallel with 3061 for correction 313.
10-4.
42 and a 25 percent to continue to return to them.
brings him to a dead end if he doesn't turn off.
He's turning right on the Meadow Lake Drive.
10-4.
There's no traffic, speed's about 40, approaching Wintergreen.
10-4.
Okay, blue the light here, continuing the brakes at the West Hawkins Trail. Passing West Crocus Drive, speed 62, no traffic.
10-4.
Blue the light at West Hawkins Trail, continuing straight, speed 38, light traffic. Passing the North Peakwood, we're going to come out on North Logsden right there by West Hawkins Trail. Speed's 52, no traffic.
10-4.
Here's the 313 tire, 67. We're on North now, heading northbound, attempted hit.
During the chase, Bain repeatedly swerved across lanes, nearly colliding with oncoming traffic. Recognizing the escalating danger, troopers executed a precise precision immobilization technique maneuver, causing the Explorer to spin out, slide off the roadway, and come to a stop near Bain's residence.
Get on the fucking ground. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Bain was taken into custody without further incident and transported to the Hardin County Jail, where he now faces multiple serious charges related to reckless driving and fleeing law enforcement.
Stop like that! Stop like that! Stop like that!
Heerlen, Netherlands. Late night. During a late-night patrol, police spotted a Volkswagen speeding through the area with at least 2 suspicious occupants inside. When officers signaled for the vehicle to stop, the driver ignored the command and accelerated away, racing through Albert Tynplein, darting down narrow streets and even squeezing through a dead-end road in a desperate bid to escape. It was a reckless and breathless chase, and what happened next proved even more dangerous.
Ja. Ja, gaat alt op. Ja. Vullingsweg. Petersjoenstraat, Heerlen. Petersjoenstraat, Heerlen.
Is daar extra? Nee, je gaat hier een paadje in. Afgeslagen een paadje, wacht.
Hier bij de rotonde handhouden.
Paterhofstraat.
Begrepen?
Blok, dat is doodlopend. Dat is doodlopend. Ja, je gaat hem erin. Past niet precies erin. Voertuig tussen de blokken door. Die kent hem de weg.
Hoe waar zeg je al de boven?
Ja, draai terug. Maar.
Stop blijven! Stop blijven! Stop blijven!
Voertuig ertussenuit, richting.
Allee, dat ga je. Hoe zei de allee, dit voorrond, wij zitten achter de allee als tweede achter het voertuig. Ja, weer op de Moldweg, elke kant, richting Posweg, Kampstraat, klopt dat?
The vehicle continued toward Caldeborn and back into Heerlen, weaving erratically as the pursuit intensified. When the suspect attempted to turn around, officers moved in and executed a precise pit maneuver, stopping the Volkswagen right in the middle of the road.
Zetten blijven! Zetten blijven! Zetten blijven! Zetten blijven! Motor af! Motor af!
Die kant stap jij nu uit. Nu.
The driver was immediately restrained at the scene and later tested positive for both alcohol and drugs. He now faces multiple serious charges, including driving under the influence, reckless endangerment, and fleeing law enforcement. Flashing lights and sirens are not an invitation to test your speed. The streets are not a racetrack, and the police are not spectators cheering you on. No matter how fast your car is, the radio and coordination of law enforcement are even faster. Running only makes the consequences worse. Choose safety and respect the law, because no one wants to end up as the main character in videos like these.